What's up, Sunderland fans? So, welcome to another video. Thanks for watching. This time it's the match review from our FA Cup third round replay, where we've just lost 3-2 to Fulham in another entertaining game. So over the two legs, it's been two great games against the top six, Premier League side. Not being overawed, not being outclassed. Yes, you'd see their quality, but we haven't been steamrolled by them by any way, shape or form. Couldn't be more prouder of the way the lads have played. They've given it all over the two games. So well happy, well happy. The signs are so positive for the team moving forward. But the team selection wise, so it was as predicted, where we made one change. We had Patterson in goal. We had Trey Hume, Danny Batt, Dan Ballard, Adji Lise, Michu, Dan Neil, Roberts, Clark and Abdullah Bar came in for Gelthardt, with Ahmad up front in kind of a makeshift 4-4-2 formation, if you like. They kind of kept the same team which played against us down in the first game at Craven Cottage. I think they might have made one or two changes. I think Duffy came in the midfield. And Tom Kearney might have played from the start. I'm not sure if he played in the first game. But it was still a very, very strong, Fulham team. And from the off, you could say that they started off very well. And normally we normally get into teams' faces at home, and we've been starting the front foot really well lately. Whereas tonight we couldn't really get the ball off them. They kind of slowed the game down. They took the pace out of the game, and then they got a goal in the first 10 minutes, which is always a kick in the knackers really. And it came probably from a bad defending. There was a cross came in the box, and Patty Roberts, rather than try to head the ball away, he's headed it back into the middle towards the penalty spot. It's come out to Harry Wilson. He's kind of stabbed at it with his left foot, outside of his left foot, and it's kind of beat Patterson. Patterson gets down, gets a hand to it, but it just drops in the bottom corner. Frustrating, a frustrating start, annoying. Probably should have done better. Roberts definitely should have gotten the ball away. And Patterson maybe could have done better. He might have been a bit unsighted because it kind of came through a crowd. So, I'm not going to criticise him for that. And we go 1-0 down. And then we get to the 10th minute, where we pay our respects to Chris Collier, who sadly passed away over the weekend. You might know Chris as Sunderland on social media. Great guy. Some funny things he's put on socials over the years, but we all stand up as one for the minute's applause. Fantastic by the Sunderland fans as ever, paying our respects to one of our own. So Chris, if you're up there watching, hope you're proud of the fans tonight. Absolutely, fantastic mark of respect, and thanks for everybody who stood up and did that. And then for the first 20-25 minutes of the half, we kind of couldn't get into it. We couldn't get the ball off them. When we did have it, we kept giving it away. Michu and Bar guilty of trying to overplay or play a pass that wasn't on. Trey Hume as well. At times a little bit sloppy. When you're playing against teams of that quality, you've got to keep the ball best you can. Yes, I know we haven't got the focal point of a big man up front. And we made no bones about it. We did miss, Ross Stewart tonight. But after the first 20-25 minutes, we kind of got back into the game. We started getting a bit more forward. We started getting at them a little bit more. But again, like we've criticised over the past, few games, we try to overplay. We try to play an extra pass, try and beat another man, and we lose it, and it puts us back into difficulty. So that's probably the only criticism I've got of this team at the moment, is that we're guilty of massively overplaying at times. Bart, especially in the first half, had 2 or 3 opportunities where he carried the ball towards the box, could have gotten a shot away, but then chose to play the pass out wide and lost it, or tried to take another man on, and again lost it. But overall, we battled. In the last 20 minutes of the first half, we came back into it. We get to half time at 1-0. Half time, they make 2 substitutions to bring 2 of the big players on, Andres Pereira and Mitrovic. The ex-Mag comes on, I think, in an attempt to try and get the second goal and kill the game off. But second half we started better. You would say Tony Mowbray had obviously given them the kick up the arse, you know, and try and step on them a little bit more and press high up the pitch, get in the faces a little bit more, and it worked. You know, we were playing really well. We started getting into some good positions, but again, a little bit guilty of overplaying now and then. But you know, we were starting to create a few opportunities. You know, Ahmad has one cleared off the line, and another couple of half chances in and around the box, and then obviously we're far for the sucker punch. There's a ball guns down the left hand side. I think we stop. We think it's gone out of play. Mitrovic hooks it back across the goal, and there's the other sub, Pereira, to tap it in. Bad defending. Now he switched off. You know, somebody should have went towards Mitrovic as the ball was gone out. Once he got there, he hooked it back in. Like I say, we paid the consequences. So it's 2-0. You think it's game over, and I think at 70 minutes, I think Tony Mowbray might have thought the same. He took off Roberts and he took off Dan Neil, brought on Pritchard and Luke O'Nien to give them a run out. 2-0. Game looked like it's run away from us. You know, I saved Dan Neil Roberts for the weekend, which is fair comment. You know, give him a little bit of rest before Saturday's game. But we then get a goal back. Alessia Gansett on the left hand side knocks a cross in, fast to Clark. Clark takes a touch and curls it. You know, a tremendous shot in the top right hand corner. Fantastic goal, and you know, out of nowhere we're back in it. And it looks like, you know, we could be sneaking equalising, possibly take it extra time. But again, another poor goal. You know, in the 80th minute, there's a cross comes in the box. Duffy, I think, beats Alessia in the air, and there's three of our defenders, you know, just in front of Patterson, and I think it's Cuermo, the right back. He just sneaks in between the three of them and knocks it in, and it's 3-1. You know, that's game over. We're not going to come back from that with 10 minutes left. However, having said that, we still kept at it, and we still went for it. You know, Chris Reed came on, Jefferson Bennett came on, just to add a little bit of fresh legs for Abdullah Bar, and we looked like, you know, we still kept going at them. We didn't you know, roll over. We kept on going, which is credit to the young lads. And then, you know, in the 90th minute, we get another goal back. Ball comes in. I think their defender falls over, and Jefferson Bennett just hooks it in the top left hand corner. It's 3-2. You know, there's 3 or 4 minutes left, but you know, was I going to be a step too far to expect us to get an equaliser? So we end up losing the game 3-2. But you know, again, what another game, gutsy performance from the lads. Couldn't fault them for effort. Young set of lads, they're still learning. They'll learn massively from these 2 games against that quality of opposition, and hopefully we can carry that forward into the latter part of the season. We've got Geltard back at the weekend, so we can see how that goes. Back on the side, see if he can get his first goal at home against Reading. But you know, overall, like I've said, against a top 6 opposition in Fulham, where they've got quality players in midfield, like Tom Kearney, who absolutely bossed the midfield for them tonight, and he kind of get a game in the Premier League. Harry Wilson, another one, you know, doesn't start many games in the Premier League, so it just shows you what a quality side they are. But like I've said, we weren't steamrolled at all. We were competitive in the 2 games, more than matched them, and at times did cause them, you know, no end of problems. You know, the keepers made some good saves. We've had one clear off the line. So overall, over 2 games, we've lost by the odd goal. You know, 4-3 over the 2 games is a fantastic achievement, you know, and should not be sniffed at. So, you know, massive credit to the lads, massive credit to Tony Mowbray. Let's keep it going into the weekend. Let's get 3 points and let's get climbing up that table, and let's move on and see if we can get it, you know, in and around the playoff places come the weekend. So that's my match review. Let us know what your thoughts are below in the comments. Also, I'll be on the SAFC Exile Mackems show on Friday night with Owen previewing the Reading game, so join us on that from 7 o'clock. I'll be putting the post out with the link on sometime tomorrow for that one, where you can join us from 7, where we'll have all match build up and looking ahead to the Reading game for that. As always, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. I say we're looking to try and get towards 500 subs before the end of the year if we can. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. It's free, won't cost you anything. Be greatly appreciated. But like I say, until then, hope you've enjoyed the match if you've been. Hope you've had a safe trip home. Well done to Fulham. Deserved the win probably overall. Just shaded it. Good luck in the next round against Leeds. Thank you for watching. Until then, take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.